Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time tuning in, hi, my name is Landinha Cortez. I'm not going to make this a very intense sit-down video, but a video that's going to be introducing a series that I wanted to talk about on my channel. Now, this series is important because it's something that I've personally gone through. I'm going to be sharing my honest review in this video or in this series that I'm going to be creating on my channel. So if you're interested to follow along and just hear information, get tips, tricks, things I did, which is not that crazy, but things that I feel made a huge adjustment in terms of the results that I've received or I've seen, then this is definitely the video for you. So keep on watching. Now, as you can see by the title of this video, I made a very bold statement, more so because I actually have physical evidence. I am the product of a product that I think kind of helped me with this journey that I'm on. Now, it's not a journey that I actually chose to be on, but it was something I chose to go through based on the fact that life has its experiences and I decided to give it a try. Now, I'm gonna give you guys a backstory of my journey when it comes to weight gain because I feel like this is a very sentimental and very sensitive topic, and I'm gonna dive into some story times, just giving you a backstory of why I decided to jump on this journey, what caused it, and we're gonna go from there, and I'm gonna take you guys along the journey as we answer the questions together. I am looking down, so if you see me looking down, I am looking at some questions and some notes that I've put down that I feel are very important so that I don't find myself jabbering in this video. Let's talk about weight gain and why it's such a sensitive topic, especially in the African community. Now, I will raise my hands, both hands up, and say I'm guilty as charged because I definitely succumbed to the comments that come from family relatives, most importantly, in African households that kind of changed my entire perspective when it comes to weight gain. So I will put pictures as proof of what I looked like before and what I look like now. And there are things that I've done when it came to my weight gain journey that definitely changed my entire perspective when it comes to looking at food, my experience with food, and why did I actually embark on this journey? So let's talk about a backstory and where this journey began for me. So in 2000 and maybe 18, 19, I think my 2017 high school year, I had been, prior to actually realizing or being conscious of my weight, I had been someone who was always petite. Yes, in my family we have giants, but I am the only one in my family who was highly shorter than, well, who is definitely shorter than everybody else. I have two brothers who are likely probably 6 foot and a sister who's almost my height. And I'm 25 years old and I'm 5'2". Am I 5'2"? I'm 5'2", and my sister is like she's just like under my breast, and she's how old? She's 9 years old. Sorry, she's behind the camera. But 9 years old, and she is under my breast, so she's literally almost my height. Now, I had never been conscious about my weight until probably the age of 16, 17, when I started getting comments from family members and relatives. Now, disclaimer, I do not hate my family relatives or despise them for the comments that they made. Sometimes in our African households, these comments are seen to just say that we see you and we are watching you, but also sometimes can be very insensitive. I've been someone who's been an advocate for people not having the right to say or comment on people's bodies, but was someone who it highly affected me as I started to get a little bit older. When I say older, I'll say the ages of 20, 21, and 22. Why it affected me is because I started to notice the physical damage it was having on my body, not only physically, but also internally. And I'll dive into that a little bit later. This is a series that I want to dive into with a lot of sensitivity, not to say that anything I'm saying in this video is for you to feel bad for being petite, skinny, or small girl. We are all built differently. So I feel like the confidence that you have within yourself is what will push you to just look at the world a little bit differently. And even when people make comments about your body, you're going to be confident about that because you know who you are and you know how hard it is to build that love within yourself, that you're not going to let anyone just break that down. So we're going to dive into some 5 questions, more so because these questions are things that I need you to keep in mind when watching this series. I do not want you to feel like this video is me pushing you to gain weight or aspire to gain weight. I'm just going to share this for the girlies who actually don't even care about what other people say and want to gain that little bit of fat and want to add a little bit of, curves. It's not bad, and it's not a bad idea to do it the right way. The foundation of this journey is highly determined by how you think about going through this process when it comes to gaining weight. I know I'm making it sound like it's that deep, but it genuinely is that deep. So let's dive into my backstory and what caused me to not only consume a product that I'm gonna talk about as time goes on, but why did I decide to gain just a little bit of extra pounds? Let's get straight into it. So like I mentioned, being in the past few years of my life, comments and thoughts or ideas that were shared through my family at some point in my life started to sink in. That's why I always advise, if you're gonna be someone that's gonna comment about someone's body, please be considerate that not everybody will take your comment as you think they would, even if you're saying it out of goodwill. Not everyone has the same level of confidence or self-perception that is healthy enough to be able to receive those kind of comments with a positive or healthy perspective. So always keep that in mind. My journey started because I had been playing sports for 5 years. I was a field hockey player for 5 years of my life, and I'd always been the same weight. And I felt that that weight was perfect for me because being a striker on the field, you want to be light on your feet, you want to be quick, you want to be snappy, and I felt like I was perfect. I had the perfect body and I was in perfect shape. When I got a little bit older, now this is coming out of high school, I started getting more of the comments from family members and they started to sink in a lot more. Now they didn't sink in as much in the past because I was playing sports and I was very active, but as soon as time changed and I changed, lifestyle changes started to sink in, that's when the comments started to dawn on me a little bit. And I started to look at myself in the mirror a lot differently. What is it that I have to change? I have big curves, I have a six-pack. I mean, those are things that people want. So why is it an issue in my African household when I'm not gaining weight? My grandmother specifically was someone who believed that, you know, as African women, we have to be voluptuous. Now, I don't hate her for that. That's a perspective that they've grown up with or a way of life that they saw as normal. Now, having a petite young woman who is a little bit more in the smaller or skinnier side of life would allow them most of the time to have these comments, especially when it came to food. Now, my relationship with food changed over the years, and if you're watching this and you're still young, your relationship with food will change. You will not always see food the same way, but how it changes is solely and strongly dependent on how you see its effects on your body. One of the things that I decided to start doing was start eating for living and not eating for surviving. I will dive into that as the series goes on because there's a mindset shift that comes with that kind of perspective, and it definitely changed my life. So let's dive into some questions that a lot of people ask when it comes to gaining weight and why they struggle to gain weight. Now, this video is a foundational video based on the series that I'm going to be creating on my YouTube channel. So it is going to help you and you're going to help me help you, or we're going to help each other. Why do I eat a lot but never gain weight? The reason why I'm making this video is specifically for the girlies or the guys, if you're watching this, who feels like you're always consuming food, but it never seems to go the places you want it to go. Now, understanding your physiology or understanding how your body works definitely will help you understand the kind of food you have to intake, but also how quick that food moves in your system. Your body is a very intricate system. I only start to understand how serious and sensitive and special and unique each human body is when I start to look at my body a little bit differently. Now, you might be burning calories a lot quicker than what you're consuming, and that's something that you always have to consider. Now, if you didn't know that, you wouldn't understand why your body is burning all the calories as quick as it is. Might I add, I'm no nutritionist and I have no certificate when it comes to nutrition, but when I tell you, let me tell you that when it comes to food and it comes to consuming food, I am the babe that will be there. I am the babe that will consume food relentlessly. I will eat and I will enjoy how I'm eating or what I'm eating, and that only changed when I started to look at food differently. When I started to internalize all these comments that were coming from family members, bless them, I know they wanted the best for me, but at some point it didn't help me in terms of the long-term perspective when it came to me looking at how I started to consume food and what effects it started to have on my body. When I started to consume food solely for the purpose of I need to eat food because I need to gain weight so that I can avoid these comments, it led to me eating, but eating with a purpose that was not beneficial to my own body and my own growth. So keep that in mind. How can I gain weight without getting a belly or looking bloated? This question raises a lot of concerns for a lot of women, especially when we are in our weight gain journey. The main thing is the core area and not gaining weight there. We all want the nyash, we all want the gudunk, we all want it to be nice and round and plump. But you don't understand that when you're gaining weight, some people gain weight differently. Other people gain weight in their core a lot more. Others are blessed and the weight goes straight to the right places. And others, it might show up in their face before it goes anywhere else on their body. Understanding how your body is different will help you understand and determine what foods lead to that kind of gain weight. I know there's a science behind it. I'm still discovering that science. So I'm taking it a step at a time. And I would love for you to go through this journey with me, because I will share the information, the science-backed information on how and why this is the case for certain individuals. What should I eat if I don't have an appetite? Now, for me, appetite is a very spiritual thing, and I probably take it that deep, but I found myself in situations that when I'm in an unhealthy environment, when the environment is unhealthy, toxic, or I'm just not comfortable with the people around me, I feel like my system or my stomach closes. And I started to use that as an indication whether or not I'm in a safe or healthy environment. That has helped me be able to understand how I would eat when I'm with certain people. For example, if I'm meeting people for the first time, you're not going to see me eating all my wings with my hands and chewing straight into the bone. Don't know if that's a healthy thing. Don't do that. You won't see me eating so comfortably with the people because I don't know who you are and I don't know how you're looking at me. So for some reason, when I'm eating with people I don't know, I don't consume the food or the amount of food I would want to consume in that space compared to when I'm in my comfort zone, when I'm at home, when I'm with my family, the healthy part of my family. That also plays a role. I found myself that when I'm very stressed or anxious, I do not consume the amount of food I'm supposed to be consuming because I'm not comfortable in that environment. Now picture this. If you're in an environment for 30 days or say a year or two, you will not be able to reach the goal that you're aspiring to reach because the environment for me played a role. Now, if you're someone who has that similar perspective or approach when it comes to food and just eating in front of people, that plays a role too. Please comment down below because I sometimes feel like I'm the only one who goes. So, can Herbalife help with weight gain? So the answer is clear as daylight. Yes, it can. Just like any other protein shake that assists or is accompanied with food, it can definitely help you with weight gain. Now, when I say assist, Herbalife, the protein shake, was definitely created for the assistance of either weight gain or weight loss. Now, my personal journey, when I went to Herbalife or when I started to consume Herbalife, Herbalife was more so to help me gain weight. It wasn't a meal replacement. It was definitely a product that helped me combine the two, the shake and my meals. Now, I'm going to go into that journey in depth as I talk about Herbalife a little bit more. I will have an ebook that will be linked down below in the next video. I'm currently working on it and I'm doing a lot of work in that ebook to make sure that I share the correct information and make it easy for you so when you have the ebook, you literally just can go through first the mindset aspect of it before you start tackling the physical aspect of it. Guys, I still have the weight that I gained in the past 3 years, but also the weight that I currently have is based on the fact that I am now cutting down because I did get a little bit bigger than I expected. Do I have to go to the gym to gain weight? I never went to the gym for the past 3 years, and definitely I will tell you this. If you are in the journey of gaining weight, going to the gym will help you balance that out and maintain that weight gain. Why do I say this? When I actively started drinking my Herbalife, I was drinking it in 2023 every day. And I was at work every day, having my smoothie, having breakfast, having my smoothie, having lunch, having my smoothie, having dinner. Now you can tell my calorie intake did increase tremendously. One of the things that I will definitely say I'm so grateful for in my weight gain journey process was the people that I was around who accepted me for who I was and allowed me to enjoy my journey of just eating food and gaining the weight in a healthy environment. I will stand on this till the day the Lord comes. If you are in an environment that does not support your journey, doesn't support your process, doesn't support what you're doing, in anything in life, you will not see the results you want to see as quickly as possible. Don't quote me on that though, it depends on who you are. But I'm here to say this. I'm very excited about this journey and wanted to make this a good fundamental video that will help you because it helped me and I went through the process myself. So I'm a full living proof that it definitely can work, and it definitely does work. Now, I'm not going to be out here to force you to buy Herbalife, but I'm just saying, I mean, the pictures and the videos can tell for itself. The areas of my body that I started to gain weight first most definitely started with my legs, being my thighs and my butt, especially my core as well. I got bigger and I could fit in a size 32 jean. I'm currently a 36. Well, I was a 36 until I started cutting down. Currently, I'm actually a 34. I was a 36. So in the space of 3 years, I will put pictures with dates. You'll see how I looked and you'll see how I looked afterwards. Completely two different people. I was not the same. My mindset changed. How I started to see food changed. And I started to work on my approach to food and said to myself, if I found myself in a negative environment again, would I put myself through the strain that I put myself through when I was in a negative environment and I started to consume food? Life will definitely test you. I definitely got tested with that, and finally can say I've come out on the other side of the rainbow, and it was all in here. But it was all a mindset shift. I do look forward to going through this journey with you and just sharing more information with you, because the next video will be a little bit more detailed, a little bit more structured. I wanted to make sure that this video comes out because I was definitely sitting on it and felt like I didn't have enough information to be able to share this with you guys. But I do believe that I do have the exact amount of information that's needed. I'm the living proof and my experience is valid. So without any further ado, I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video, where we're gonna dive into a step-by-step, sort of like a series, where I talk to you about Herbalife. I talk to you about the shakes that I've had. I'm currently actually gonna be doing an unboxing in the next 24 hours for a shake that I had ordered from Herbalife, and just talk about my experiences, my favorite flavors, what I liked, and what I advise for the girlies if you're going to be embarking on this journey. It is based on my experience, so don't come for me. But if you have your own experience with Herbalife, please comment down below what you struggled with, what you succeeded with, and if you felt like the product works or doesn't. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching.